Hello, it is Beth, and today I am finally bringing you my Black Friday book haul. I am so excited. Okay, but quick confession, I have opened it because I am a super impatient person, but I put them all back in the box, so we can have an unboxing still, sort of, although I didn't peek early. So I'm just going to be reaching into the box and pulling them out, so without further ado, let's get into this sort of unboxing, not really because I already peeked. The first thing I see is A Confusion of Princes by Garth Nix, and I don't know much about this story, which is probably going to be a continuous theme throughout this haul because I forget what they're about whenever I buy them. It's awful. But I do remember that I wanted them at one point, so. But I read Garth Nix' Moot's Emerald earlier this year, and I really liked it. It was great. It was probably one of my top 7 books of this year. I really loved it, and so I'm hoping that I will really love A Confusion of Princes. The next book I see is Scan by Walter Jerry and Sarah Fine. And I don't know much about this book either, other than it's sci-fi, and it's about an alien invasion, I think, on Earth. And yeah, that's just what I know, and I wanted it at some point. I'm really excited for the next book, and that is Cruel Crown by Victoria Aveyard. It's 2 of her novellas for the Red Queen Quartet. It is The Queen Song and Steel Scars, and I really like the first book. I haven't read the second book yet, even though I own it. I just wanted this one to complete the quartet because I'm going to be buying the next 2 books whenever the 4th one comes out in May next year. Next up, I have the 2nd and the 3rd book inside of the Winterlings series. It is Summerkin and Moonkin by Sarah Brinius? I cannot say her last name. But yeah, I read the first book sometime last year, and it was okay. It's about a girl who goes through a puddle, and she goes into like this Narnia world where fairies really exist and stuff, and she's like the princess of there. Yeah, so I got the 2nd and the 3rd one. Finished that up. Next up, I got Blood and Oath by Dan Scott. It is a gladiator school book, and it is the first one, and it's, as it sounds, it's about gladiators, and it's middle grade, but it sounded interesting, and I can't wait to read it. Next up is The Star-Touched Queen by Roshiana Koshki. I probably just butchered that. I am not good at names, as you guys already know. But yeah, this one I think it's based off of Indian mythology, and I love mythology, and I haven't read very much Indian mythology. And this sounds like it was going to be really good. I don't remember much more what it's about because I just don't remember synopsises that well. Next up is Randoms by David Liss, and this is just a middle grade sci-fi novel. I don't know much about it. Continuous theme. But yeah, it looked like it'd be fun, and so I got it. Next up, I got Bells Equipped, I think, by Elizabeth Ross. And this book is a historical fiction about girls who are rich and don't look very pretty. They hire people who don't look prettier than them, so when they stand next to each other, they look better. And this is about a girl who is hired by a rich girl to be her ugly entourage. Next up is Lark Rising by Sandra, okay, I'm gonna butcher this name, Wagu. I killed it, and then I killed it again, and then I killed it again. I just kept killing it. It's just, I just can't get that. It's a name, and it's something. Here, I'll get close so you can see it, and there you can read it yourself. And yeah, I don't know much about this book. This was probably one of the ones I know the least about, or anything. I don't know. I got it. Next up, I got The Hunchback Assignment by Arthur Slade, and this is a steampunk series, that's what I know, and I think it's kind of like a retelling of The Hunchback of Notre Dame, or Notre Dame, I don't think it's not and it's supposed to be good. I think it's middle grade, and I like steampunk. I really do. It's one of my favorite sub-genres ever, so yeah. Can't wait to read this. Next up is Partials, I think that's how you say that, yeah, it's Partials, by Dan Wells, and this is a dystopian sci-fi, I think, with an alien invasion, And it came out like whenever Hunger Games and Divergent, all those dystopians like that were really popular, and I didn't read it then, and because I didn't read then, so now it's time to read it, I think. And I still really like dystopians, even though I know a lot of people like are no longer into dystopians because that phase is kind of petered out and that's no longer the big thing anymore, but I still like dystopians because I didn't really go through that phase, and so I kind of feel like I'm missing out. So yeah, need more dystopians. Next up, I have Assassin's Heart by Sarah Adhirius. Just gonna get close so you guys can read it because I cannot say it. This is supposed to be like about assassins, and I think it's kind of like a little bit of Romeo and Juliet in it. And that's all I know. Next up is The Traitor's Kiss by Irina Betty. Another one don't know much about. Did at one point. Gorgeous cover. I'm awful. I don't remember anything about these books necessarily. It's just what I do is like it's just such a small amount that's just like part of the synopsis. It's bad. Next up is Renegade by J.A. Souders, and this is kind of like an Atlantis thing, I think, where she's underneath water and there's a rebellion and it's a dystopian, I think, and yeah, that's what I know. It's just awful. I don't remember much about any of these books. It's like, oh no. The next up is Becoming Jinn by Lori Goldstein. I don't know much about this book. I read Rebel with Sands. I really liked it. Wanted more genie books. Got this book. I did know what it was about at one point. Don't now. Next up is Duels and Disputation by Cindy Ainsty. And this is like one of those Jane Austen mystery things where people like, it's sort of like Jane Austen, only there's like a mystery in them. And I read her other one, Love, Lies, and Spies, and I actually really liked it, so I wanted to read this one. And then next year she has another one coming out, and I want to read that one. So I know they're not connected, but I do want to read all of them that are out before the new one comes out. Next up, I'm like really behind on this one. Like everyone under the sun pretty much has already hauled this book in a video and already owns it, and I'm just barely getting around to buying it. Oh, that's just great. But it is Replica by Lauren Oliver. And it is, you know, of course, the one where you can read it from Lather's perspective or Gemma's perspective. And like everybody has said that and flipped it for everybody. It's great. I could just sit here flipping this thing all day long. It's really cool. But what it is about is, I think it's about, I don't know. I know it's kind of sci-fi. I don't know if it's like 100% sci-fi, but I know it's kind of like either a subgenre of sci-fi, genetic mutation or alteration or something like that. Next up is The Edge of Everything by Jeff Gillis, and I think he's a demon hunter, and what I know is he's supposed to bring back demons. Awful. Again, really awful at remembering anything. It's like, come on! Remember something? There has to be something that you remember, right? No, I don't. The next up is Valiant by Leslie Livingston. And it's about gladiators. And that's all I know. Next up I have Starfall by Melissa Landers. And this is finally a book I know something about. Because I read the first one last year, I think is what it was, Starflight. And it's supposed to be like, it's a sci-fi. And it kind of reminds me a lot of Fireflies, a TV series that was canceled for one season, which is, it shouldn't have been canceled. Whoever did that was wrong, very wrong. But I really like the TV series, and then this book does, the first one, really did remind me of the series. And this is the second one to finish up the duology. I think it's just going to be a duology. That's what I've heard, so yeah, I'm really excited to be finishing up the duology. I finally have it, so I can read it, because I've been wanting this ever since I read the first one, and I just haven't got it, and now I can finally get it, and I love the pretty cover, and it's just great. It matches perfectly with the first one. They just look so pretty together on the shelves with their spines that match, and it's just great. I love this publishing company for keeping the pretty covers the same. And then next up I have Nemesis by Anna Banks. And I actually have an arc for the second one for this one, Ally I think is what it is. I won it in the Goodreads giveaway, and I couldn't read it because I didn't own the first one, and it's not like I just put it into any giveaway. I actually did want to read the first one, and there was a giveaway for both of them, and I only won the second one. So I stuck with the arc of the second one, and I didn't have the first one to read, and now I have the first one to read, so I can read that arc and stop feeling guilty. And then last but certainly not least is The Last Musician by Lisa Maxwell. And this one is, I don't know much about it. I just don't. It's about time traveling musicians, I think. I think she can time travel. Alright, that is it for this video. Thanks for watching, liking, subscribing. Please leave a comment down in the comment section. Tell me what is a book that you bought this year that you probably should have bought last year.